So basically since before, I mean, it's been going on for years, but let's be honest, nobody really cared because nobody cared about WNBA. But basically, since Caitlyn Clark, it became obvious she was going to the league. It has been what I deem to be mostly negative headlines from the perspective of, current players questioning her, a lot of just negative energy in the air, and there's a lot of just how unfair things are for the WNBA. Well, Caitlyn Clark's rookie salary is this compared to Victor Wembanyama. Well, yeah, it's because the NBA makes actual money and the WNBA doesn't. Well, I mean, there's video of Caitlyn Clark. She was flying commercial, and look at her picking up her bags. How could we? Well, it's because, flying commercial or flying private is a luxury, not a necessity. And then, oh, by the way, the WNBA within the last couple weeks decided that they're going to fly all their players private, spending a lot of money that they frankly don't have. So basically, all I have heard is how the poor WNBA, nothing's fair, there's no money, they all deserve more, even though the league doesn't make any money. So on Saturday morning, I was scrolling social media, and I came across this video. I didn't really think much of it. But it was the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority basically announcing a deal with the Las Vegas Aces that was going to pay each player $100,000. And I just wasn't something that registered in my brain that this is a big thing, whatever. But it's kind of cool. Two-time WNBA champs. Obviously, Asia Wilson is a star. And, it just seemed like a feel-good thing. Everybody in the locker room's fired up. It's a lot of money, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, now the WNBA is investigating this deal from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, basically under the assumption that giving all these players $100,000 could be a conflict of interest or unfair because every team and every market doesn't have access to those kind of sponsorship opportunities. One, to me, this feels like an endorsement deal. And so if the Indiana Fever or the Connecticut Sun, if they go out and find somebody that...
Absolutely.
But then beyond that, we're complaining about how it's so unfair. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority steps up, takes care of the team, and it's problematic. I know I'm yelling, and I'm sure there's people driving all over the country like tourists. Stop screaming into my radio. But all I have heard is complaints about how unfair it is, how nobody's getting paid, how there's no advantage. And now you're getting exactly what you wanted, and all we're still getting is complaints, Jason. Am I going crazy? Or am I missing something here? Because this is like the crazy. I don't even it makes me mad. Obviously, go ahead, Jason.
Whatever bag you can get, go get the bag.
Yes,
that's what it is. I mean, this is basically just NIL for the WNBA. If somebody wants to give them a deal, and it doesn't. Here's the thing: it doesn't have to be because of the way this league's set up, and because of where it finds itself. If there's a team that can make money, go make money. If there's another market that wants to go find somebody that can help them make money, they should go make money. But this doesn't mean it needs to be applied universally. That's the mistake here. This is not a league this is not a league like the NFL or something like that. I know that we're not supposed to say some of these things, but I'm going to say something else that certain people will not like, and that's this: every single player in the WNBA is overpaid.
Ooh.
Except Caitlyn Clark. And here's what I mean. You're worth what the market says you're worth. Okay? I would say overpaid, but since that's the salary they're getting, okay, I guess in that range, okay, you're worth what somebody's willing to pay you, okay? But this whole idea that they've been underpaid for so long, and there was one of the quotes in that article about the Vegas Tourism Bureau where one of the players said, we've done so much for this city and all this. You have? Maybe you have, but it's not something that's known all that well. The problem with the WNBA is everything is individual. because it's not a league that has power. It's not a league full of stars. I saw comments because I was paying attention. I don't know why. Was a giant mistake. I was paying attention to the comment thread live during Caitlyn Clark's debut game, her home game, and so many commenters, and by so many I mean 5, because that was seemingly all that were actually commenting during the game. I was very curious to see how many people were going to be active. They were furious. They were like, ESPN's doing such a disservice to this game by only focusing on Caitlyn Clark and what she's doing. And I'm like, if they don't, everybody's going to turn this off. Like, you can make whatever claims that you want to make. They have one marketable star. One. That doesn't mean they don't have other good players. Doesn't mean there's not other talented people. Doesn't mean there's not other charismatic people that hopefully are going to be able to go out and get their own bags. And you've seen a few of those things happen, and now you're seeing this thing with the Vegas situation and all this. You don't have a league, you have a player. You have a player that is bigger than the sport itself. And so all of these articles that are being written, and the Christine Brennans of the world that are coming out here and talking, oh, these women have been underpaid for so long. No, they've been overpaid, because what value are they bringing back in terms of revenue? Like, it's not about how good they are, how talented they are. It's about how much are people willing to pay to see them, how much merchandise are they selling, what are the television ratings and the ad dollars that are being brought in from the league. It's a brass tacks thing. It's a business thing. It's not a personal thing. The league doesn't profit. It doesn't make money. So when you come out and you lament all these other things and say, well, Caitlyn's getting all these opportunities, right, because she's unique. Yeah. There's something different about her, and we knew that before she got into the league. Glom onto it all you want, but don't lament the fact that she has these opportunities, or these, this class over here in Vegas is getting this. Be happy anybody is. Because if one does, maybe at some point there will be more. But don't look at this as if it should be universally applied, because that's just not how life works.
Well, and it's like, and I think the way you put it is NIL for pros, because it is. It's like, by the way, what has been the complaint about the NBA forever? I mean, there's all sorts of complaints, but one of them is New York, LA, Miami. They have advantages that Milwaukee and Cleveland don't. I don't hear the Milwaukee, and I don't even know who's actually complaining about this, but I don't hear the Milwaukee Bucks players saying, well, LeBron gets to be in movies because he lives in L.A., and it's so unfair, and you have to let all of us be in movies. No. Everyone has advantages. By the way, the Dodgers, they make I can't put an exact number on it, but they make significantly more revenue than fill in the blank, and I'm not going to, but the Florida Marlins, they do. Are the Dodgers supposed to take less revenue than, and I know it's not apples to apples because revenue goes to the team and then the team goes into the salaries, as opposed to this is just basically an NIL deal. But it's like every sport has markets that have advantages. It's like, I don't know, man.
Everything about this is infuriating, because they make it so easy to not want this league to succeed.
That's how I feel. It really is. And it's nothing but negative, and maybe we toss this Sager, then we'll come back and talk very quickly about Caitlyn Clark's first week, but it's just like everything is a thing, and even when you get what you want, you're still complaining about it. So, sorry for yelling in your radios, America.